Hey, and welcome back. This is a challenge sort of thing. Basically, I'm reading the entire Ableton Live manual, reading the Ableton Live manual for 30 minutes a day for as long as I can. Shout out to Charlin. If I win, I get lunch, and if I lose, then I have to buy lunch. So, this is section 4 of the Ableton 10 manual about live concepts. This chapter introduces the essential concepts of live. We advise you to read this chapter early in your live career, as a solid understanding of the program's basic principles will help you fully exploit Live's potential for your music making. 4.1 The Browser. Live's browser, see 5.1, is the place where you interact with your library of musical assets. The core library of sounds that are installed with the program, any additional sounds you've installed via Ableton packs, presets, and samples you've saved, your Ableton and third party devices, and any folders that you've added manually. 4.2 Live sets. The type of document that you can create and work on in Live is called a live set. See section 5.5. Live sets reside in a live project, a folder that collects related materials and can be opened either through the file. Section 4.3 Arrangement and Session. The basic musical building blocks of Live are called clips. A clip is a piece of musical material, a melody, a drum pattern, a bass line, or a complete song. Live allows you to record and alter clips and to create larger musical structures from them: songs, scores, remixes, DJ sets, or stage shows. A live set consists of two environments that can hold clips. The arrangement is a layout of clips along a musical timeline. The session is a real time oriented launching base for clips. Every session clip has its own play button that allows launching the clip at any time and in any order. Each clip's behavior upon launch can be precisely specified through a number of settings. See Chapter 13. The arrangement is accessed via the Arrangement view, see Chapter 6, and the session via the Session view, see Chapter 7. If you're using Live in a single window, you can toggle between the two views using the computer's Tab key or the. If you're using two windows, pressing Tab will swap the session and arrangement from one window to the other. Because the two views have distinct applications, they each hold individual collections of clips. However, it's important to understand that toggling or swapping the views simply changes the appearance of the live set and does not switch modes, alter what you hear, or change what is stored. The arrangement view and the session view interact in useful ways. One can, for instance, improvise with session clips and record a log of the improvisation. See section 7.5 into the arrangement for further refinement. This works because arrangement and session are connected via tracks. Section 4.4 Tracks. Tracks host clips and also manage the flow of signals as well as the creation of new clips through recording, sound synthesis, effects processing, and mixing. The session and arrangement share the same set of tracks. The session view, the tracks, are laid out in columns. Wow, that was hard. While in the arrangement view, they are stacked vertically, with the time moving from left to right. A simple rule governs the cohabitation of clips in a track. A track can only play one clip at a time. Therefore, one usually puts clips that should play alternatively in the same session view column and spreads out clips that should play together across tracks in rows, or what we call scenes. See section 7.2. At any one time, a track can be playing either a session clip or an arrangement clip, but never both. So who wins? When a session clip is launched, the respective track stops whatever it is doing to play that clip. I'll try that again. When a session clip is launched, the respective track stops whatever it is doing to play that clip. In particular, if the track was playing an arrangement clip, it will stop it in favor of the session clip. Even as the other tracks continue to play what is in the arrangement, mm, the track will not resume arrangement playback until explicitly told to do so. This is what the Back to Arrangement button is for, which is found in the Master view and at the top area in the Arrangement view. This button lights up to indicate that one or more tracks are currently not playing in the arrangement, but are playing a clip from the session instead. If you aren't following along, the button looks like an orange rectangle with a launch triangle and three horizontal lines inside of it. We can click this button to make all tracks go back to playing the arrangement. Each track in the arrangement view also has its own back to arrangement button, allowing you to resume arrangement playback of only certain tracks. We can also capture the current state into the arrangement record button, disengaging record mode or stopping live using the leaves us with an altered arrangement. Section 4.5 Audio and MIDI. Clips represent recorded signals. Live deals with two types of signals, audio and MIDI. In the digital world, an audio signal is a series of numbers that approximates a continuous signal as generated by a microphone or delivered to a loudspeaker. A MIDI signal is a sequence of commands such as now play a C4 at mezzo piano. MIDI is a symbolic representation of musical material, one that is closer to a written score than it is to an audio recording. MIDI signals are generated by input to instrument, see chapter 17, to convert MIDI signals into an audio signal that can actually be heard. Some instruments, such as Live's Simpler, see section 24.8, are for chromatic playing of one sound via the keyboard. Other instruments, such as Live's Impulse, see section 24.5, have a different percussion sound assigned to each keyboard key. Audio signals are recorded and played back using audio tracks, and MIDI signals are recorded and played back using MIDI tracks. The two track types have their own corresponding clip types. An audio clip cannot live on a MIDI tracks and vice versa. Information about inserting, reordering, and deleting audio and MIDI tracks is found at section 15.2. Section 4.6 Audio clips and samples. An audio clip contains a reference to a sample, also known as a sound file or audio file, or a compressed sample, such as an MP3 file. The clip tells Live where on the computer's drives to find the sample, what part of the sample to play, and how to play it. When a sample is dragged in from Live's built in browser, Live automatically creates a clip to play that sample. Prior to dragging in a sample, one can audition or preview it directly in the browser. The switch in the browser with the headphone icon activates previewing. Live offers many options for playing samples in exciting new ways, allowing you to create an abundance of new sounds without actually changing the original sample. All the changes are computed in real time while the sample is played. The respective settings are made in the clip view, see chapter 8, which appears on screen when a clip is double-clicked. Many powerful manipulations arrive from the Live's warping capabilities. See more at section 9.2. Warping means changing the speed of a sample playback independently from the pitch so as to match the song tempo. The tempo can be adjusted on the fly in the control bar's tempo field. The most elementary use of this technique, and one that usually requires no manual setup, is synchronizing sample loops to the chosen tempo. Live's auto warp algorithm actually makes it easy to line up any sample with the song tempo, such as recording a drunken jazz band's performance. It's also possible to radically change the sonic signature of a sound using extreme warp settings. Section 4.7 MIDI clips and MIDI files. A MIDI clip contains music in the form of MIDI notes and controller envelopes. When MIDI is imported from a MIDI file, see section 5.3, the data gets incorporated into the live set, and the original file is not referenced thereafter. In Live's browser, a MIDI file appears with a special icon with the .mid file extension. As you'd expect, a MIDI clip's contents can be accessed and edited, see chapter the clip view. For instance, to change a melody or paint a drum pattern. A MIDI clip's properties as displayed in the clip view. Oh, yeah, that's what the image is. Section 4.8 Devices and the Mixer. A track can not only have clips but also a chain of devices. See Chapter 17. For processing signals. Yeah, a track can have not only clips but also a chain of devices for processing signals. Double clicking a track's title bar brings up the device view, which shows the track's device chain. Live's built-in audio effects, Chapter 22, MIDI effects, Chapter 23, and instruments, Chapter 24, are available from the browser and can be added to tracks by dragging them from there into the device view or into a session or arrangement track. You can also use plugin devices. See section 17.2 in Live. VST and audio units for Mac OS only. Plugins are available from the browser's plugin label. Again, plugins are available from the plugins label. Consider an audio clip playing in an audio track. The audio signal from the clip reaches the leftmost device in the chain. The device processes or changes the signal and feeds the result into the next device, and so on. The number of devices per track is theoretically unlimited. In practice, the computer's processor speed imposes a limit on the number of devices you can use at the same time, a topic that deserves a separate discussion in section 31.1. Note that the signal connections between audio devices are always stereo, but the software's input and outputs can be configured to be mono in the audio preferences. When the signal has passed through the device chain, it ends up in Live's mixer. See more at section 15. As the session and arrangement share the same set of tracks, they also share the mixer. The mixer can be shown in both views for convenience. To optimize the screen layout, the individual mixer sections can be shown or hidden using the view menu's entries. The mixer has controls for uh, volume, pan position, and sends, which adjusts the contribution each track makes to the input of any return tracks. Return tracks only host effects and not clips. Hence, all tracks can feed a part of their signal into a return track and share its effects. The mixer also includes a crossfader, section 15.5, which can create smooth transitions between clips playing on different tracks. Live's crossfader works like a typical DJ mixer crossfader, except that it allows crossfading any not only two but any number of tracks, including the returns. Devices that receive and deliver audio signals are called audio effects are the only type of track or a return track. However, two or more types of devices are available for use in MIDI tracks, MIDI effects, and instruments. Consider a MIDI track playing a clip. The MIDI signal from the clip is fed into the track's device chain. There, it is first processed by any number of MIDI effects. A MIDI effect receives and delivers MIDI signals. One example is the scale effect, which maps the incoming notes onto a user defined musical scale. The last MIDI effect in the chain is followed by an instrument. Instruments, for instance, Live's Simpler and Impulse, receive MIDI and deliver audio. Following the instrument, there can be any number of audio effects, as in an audio track. If a MIDI track has no instrument and no audio effects, then the track's output is plain MIDI signal, which has to be sent somewhere else. In this case, the track's mix and send controls disappear from the mixer. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow I will continue reading from section 4.9, and I will see you there.